Have you ever clicked Buy Now on a website and just marveled at how a package shows up on your doorstep like the very next day? Well, behind all that magic, there's this hidden digital brain, a conductor of chaos that makes it all possible. So let's pull back the curtain on the incredible world of warehouse management software.
Okay, to really get this, I want you to picture a modern distribution center. And I mean really picture it. This isn't just some big building with shelves. No, it's more like a bustling, hyper-organized city, a city made of boxes. It's a logistical puzzle on a scale that is honestly staggering.
First off, let's just talk about the sheer size. We're talking about facilities that can cover over 600,000 square feet. To put that in perspective, that's more than 10 football fields, all packed with products. It's massive.
So, what's inside this giant space? Well, a single one of these warehouses can hold over 100,000 different unique products. The industry calls them SKUs. Think about that. Everything from toothbrushes to big screen TVs, all living under one roof.
And every single day, this place has to process thousands of individual customer orders. And each one is different, right? Each one is on a super tight deadline.
I mean, it should be pure chaos, shouldn't it? You've got hundreds of people, millions of items, thousands of orders flying around. So how on earth is this perfectly choreographed dance even possible?
Well, it's all possible because of a hero that works completely behind the scenes. So let's meet the brain of the whole operation, the warehouse management system.
So what is a WMS? Think of it as a piece of software that is the ultimate micromanager. It knows absolutely everything. It knows every single item, its size, its weight, how it's packed, and it knows the exact address and the exact dimensions of every single storage spot in that enormous building. It's literally orchestrating the flow of people, machines, and products, second by second.
And here's probably the best way to understand it. You know how your grocery list is usually just a random jumble of things you need? Well, a customer's order is pretty much the same thing. A WMS takes that chaotic list and, in an instant, it maps out the absolute fastest, most efficient path for a worker to walk through the warehouse and grab every single item. It's brilliant.
But these systems didn't just appear this smart overnight. Their evolution from what were basically simple accounting tools to the operational powerhouses they are today is a really fascinating journey.
In the beginning, it was really all about step one, tracking the money. Goods come in, the system makes a note so the supplier gets paid. Goods go out, it triggers an invoice to the customer. Simple. But the real game changer, the big leap, was step two, tracking things. Suddenly, the software started to manage an inventory of locations. It could now tell a worker exactly where to put an item, and crucially, exactly where to find it later. That was the moment it went from just being about accounting to actually directing the whole show.
So today, not all WMS platforms are created equal. They kind of fall into three main tiers. So let's take a quick look at what separates the basic systems from the truly cutting-edge ones.
All right, so the basic features, this is the bread and butter. This is the stuff that pretty much every warehouse management system has to do. It manages trucks showing up, it handles receiving the goods, it tells you where to put stuff away, it guides the picking of orders, and then it manages the whole shipping process. This is the core workflow, the absolute fundamentals.
Now, the high-end systems, this is where things get really smart. They use RF-directed operations. That means sending instructions right to the handheld scanners that workers carry. They add labor management to track how productive everyone is, and yard management to organize the never-ending Tetris game of trucks outside. And they even do something called task interleaving, which is just a clever trick where, say, a forklift driver who just dropped something off is immediately given a new pickup task right nearby. It totally eliminates wasted travel time.
And then you get to the top tier. The advanced features here are truly strategic. A multi-DC view lets a manager see the inventory across their entire network of warehouses, all from a single screen. And SKU slotting optimization? This is genius. The software is constantly analyzing sales data, and it'll automatically suggest moving the most popular items closer to the shipping docks, just to shave precious seconds off every single order. Now that is big picture thinking.
But here's the thing. A WMS is not an island. A modern warehouse brain has to talk to a lot of other software to be truly effective. It's really the central hub in a much, much larger digital ecosystem.
Integration is absolutely key here. The WMS isn't just managing the warehouse in a bubble, it's constantly talking to other systems. It coordinates with the yard management system to get trailers to the right loading dock at the perfect time. It's feeding data up to the big supply chain system for national planning. And of course, it connects to the financial systems to make sure everybody gets paid. It all has to work together seamlessly.
Okay, so after all that technical detail, let's bring it right back to you. Why does any of this actually matter? Well, it's because this software is the direct reason you get your stuff so unbelievably fast.
Does this phrase ring a bell? For anyone who ordered from a catalog not all that long ago, this was the standard. Just let that sink in for a second. 6 to 8 weeks.
I mean, just look at the difference on this slide. The shift is absolutely dramatic. We went from waiting nearly 2 months for something to show up to expecting it tomorrow. We went from companies needing these huge, expensive stockpiles of inventory to having way less product just sitting idle in the system. And it's all because we replaced slow, manual processes with the precisely controlled, lightning-fast movement of products orchestrated by the WMS.
So the takeaway here is simple, but it's really powerful. This software didn't just speed up warehouses. It fundamentally changed our expectations as consumers, and it accelerated the entire pace of global commerce. You could say the WMS is the invisible engine that shrunk the world. But I want to leave you with one final thought. Most of these systems today, as brilliant as they are masters of managing transactions. They're following a set of rules given to them by humans. They don't yet truly optimize or, well, think for themselves. So the question we're left with is, what happens when they do? What happens when the conductor of chaos not only follows the music, but actually starts to compose it?